From New York City, it's Wendy Williams. Today, Wayne Brady is here to share all the details about hosting this year's star-studded BET Honors, including Mariah's jaw-dropping performance. Plus, Us Weekly's Ian Drew has the inside scoop on Miley's racy new concert tour and her hookup with an Oscar nominee, and all the latest juicy hot topics. Now, here's Wendy.
My co-host, you know. Looking good. How you doing? I'm doing great. Listen, lots of great stuff to share with you on the show. Heidi and Seal, hopefully, I think they're rekindling their romance. I know. And Charlie Sheen doesn't want a prenup with his porn star fiance. Brandy Glanville is claiming that her ex-husband, Eddie Cibrian, is asking her for child support. I've got my opinions, I know you do too. Pull up close, let's talk about it. It's time for Hot Topics. Yesterday, I was giving you teenage dream with my Nikes and my jeans, and today I'm back to being a lady. It's one of the things I love about doing this show. Every day you can do a different look and you all clap no matter what. Because you're here, not for the clothes, but for the hot topics and the guests. By the way, about 5 minutes ago, I was in the back room in my office measuring my outer seam because, you know, Brooke is here. Now, Brooke is, she's coming up later on in the show. Here in New York City, she's got the longest legs in New York City, woman. Now, I know what you're saying. Well, how tall is she? She's 5'11" like me. Well, my legs are long also. So hers are 47 inches from the top of her hip down to the floor. And mine measure, guess what? 45. But long is long. I can't wait to meet her. So, as you know, all month long here at Wendy, we're giving these incredible 4-night, 5-day vacations to Walt Disney World Resort. Oh, it's good. Oh, it's good. This week's vacation package includes a treat to the new Senses Spa. It's at Disney's Grand Floridian Resort. Oh, this place is fab. I've been. It's a great place to have some me time. When I got there, I indulged in a massage. I got the reflexology. I got just rejuvenated and I felt great. You can also get your facial treatments, your manicures, your pedicures, and the muffins. Did you just see those muffins that the lady? Just as a little sidebar, when you put on your robe, have some muffins. The muffins are really good. There's also a physical fitness center, so if you want your chance to win your vacation to Walt Disney World and enjoy a spa treatment, all you have to do is keep watching the show today, look for the word of the day, and then go to wendyshow.com and enter the word for your chance to win. And studio audience, by the way, thanks to our friends at Disney, you're all going home with some H2O spa products. They are fabulous. Fabulous. I'm glad you like them. Yeah, I know, especially during the winter, right? I just find myself slathering cream all the time. It's so dry. So enjoy those products. Okay, I am rooting for Heidi Klum and Seal to get back together. And I am. I was very sad when they split up. You know, I've never formally met either one of them, but, you know, I love their family. They have 4 children together, 3 that she had with him, and then 1, remember, when he met her, she was pregnant with another man's baby. And he is such a decent guy that he actually adopted that baby, and so that child is his as well. So that's a very, very decent thing to do. Well, according to, and then you remember, then they filed for divorce. And I was like, oh my gosh, where did this happen? They rekindled their 7-year romance, their marriage, every year, which, by the way, I always think is a bad luck idea. People who focus too much on that anniversary, uh-oh. That's just me, though. But anyway, they're rekindlers, so they would have a new ceremony every single year. You remember they both performed together on the Victoria's Secret fashion show, him singing, her walking with the wings. Just like a dynamite couple. They got those little cute, swirly kids. You know, the daughter's name is Lenny. I love a girl with a boy's name. Anyway, so according to Celebrity Fix, it's starting to look like they're doing more than just co-parenting. First, it started with the co-parenting, and then it started with long dinners, you know, with the kids saying, you know, I guess, you know, we don't see you guys together enough. Then it started with the sleepovers. And even a little kissing. So the divorce is formal and finalized, and, you know, I don't know exactly what he's been doing, but I'm sure he's been doing something with his newly single status. As well he should if he's single. And we know she's been doing things. First with the family security guard, and now allegedly with Vito Schnabel, the art heir. That's Vito. He's only 25 or something like that. You know, she's 40 years old. That's not a keeper situation. That's just a little something to make a girl feel good. But listen, what I like here is that she's 40 and he's 50. And their kids are all 9 and under. And for the purpose of the kid, first of all, I don't believe kids hold relationships together. I don't believe when you tell your man you're pregnant, he's gonna stay with you. If he doesn't love you, if you don't love him, you don't want him around anyway. I think the kids sense our misery. Like, you know, if we force a relationship for the purpose of the kids, they sense our misery. And so we're better off just divorcing. But with these two, I think that they both have a chance because they've both been dating and doing in their separate times. And you know how you get out there and you feel as though you can do better, but then you start missing something comfortable and something genuine? I need 2 things, though, from you two. Look at me. I mean, you need to ask each other something. Seal, I need you to go into anger management because the word on the street is that your temper is crazy. Oh? You didn't know or hear? We've talked about that before here on the show. Anyway, the word is that Seal has got a temper like no others. Now, you know how it is, ladies, when our man does something that we don't particularly like and he continues to do it, whether it's temper, sometimes that can lead you into the arms of another man. So part of me, reflecting on the temper thing, maybe I get the whole bodyguard thing, you know. He's screaming in the house, the bodyguard's in the basement in the guest room. She goes down there for protection. Trips on the corner of the rug, falls into his arms. So I need him to go to anger management for the purpose of her and the mental health of the kids. But I also need, oh, Heidi, in my mind, I need you to explain the bodyguard thing. Like, if I was Seal, I would want to know, I'd do a full-blown investigation. Like, did you cheat on me with the bodyguard, or did this just happen after I moved out of the house? Either way, I just need this marriage to work for the sake of us all. This is a good family. Yeah. The drama continues with Brandy Glanville and her ex, Eddie Cibrian. Now, you know I wouldn't bring it to you if it wasn't important, because Brandy, you're a nice girl, but I'm so tired of you and this beef with them. But anyway, Brandy hinted on Twitter that he just served her with child support papers. Well, here's what she said, and then I'll tell you what everybody's worth. According to what? Celebrity net worth? Okay, take that with a grain of salt. All right, every time I take one step forward, I get a lawyer's letter that takes me 3 steps back. So when people say, move on, I say to my ex, let me, just stop. Okay, I'm just gonna read this other one while I have my glasses on. She goes on to say in a Twitter post, I'm not taking cheap shots at my ex in my new book, cause it's all true now. And now Mr. Fancy new car and house man is asking me for child support. Well, a couple of my producers were saying that they don't like it when men ask women for money. Well, I don't either, but that's the way of the world. Girls, we can't have it every way. We can't graduate with these fabulous degrees and hold these great jobs and, do it like a man and not expect to pay the consequences like a man. You know what I mean? And I'm one of those girls too, and I get it, and I don't like it either. I think that a man who asks a woman for money is less than a man. But the reality is that's unrealistic to say. Why would he? Now, in the case of Eddie, Celebrity Net Worth is saying that Brandy, being a best-selling author and she's on the Housewives and stuff, she's worth about $4 million. Would you say between 1.5 and 4 million? Between 1 and 4.5 million dollars. And then Eddie is worth about $6 million, they said on Celebrities Net Worth. And then Leanne, Eddie's wife, is worth untold millions, $20 million. It is my opinion that Eddie doesn't really want this money from Brandy, that he's just kind of sending up a flare, like, keep pushing me and I'll make this happen. You can't possibly be pushing your child's mother for child support, right, Eddie? And if I was Leanne, not for nothing, if I was Leanne, I would tell Eddie, under no circumstances are you to ask your ex-wife for child support. First of all, that is making you look crazy as a man, and that is making us, Eddie, look crazy as a couple. And the new car he has, it's some sort of fancy six-figure car. I don't exactly know, but it's something fancy. And then the house that they just bought is like a $3.5 million house. So, good luck. Brandy, stop talking. Eddie, sit down. Leanne, come get your man. Keep clapping. CeeLo Green's quitting The Voice. Listen. CeeLo is very uncomfortable to look at on that Voice show. The reason that, he was talking to Ellen DeGeneres. How you doing, Ellen? He was talking to Ellen DeGeneres, and he was saying that he doesn't want to wear out his welcome. Well, I get that, except this show is not going anywhere anytime soon. This show is the best of all except it's not better than America's Got Talent to me. Only because I like the circusry of America's Got Talent. The Voice is a little bit too serious for me. I don't really know much about the singing, but I know about, men who put their head down here and people who go like that and all that freaky stuff. Anyway, so he's leaving The Voice. He wants to make music. He wants to go out on tour. He knows that this show has been good for now, but he is a musician, and that's what he wants to do. I think that's admirable, I guess. Or does this have something to do with that case still pending with that... The drug charges were dropped, but I guess there's something else going on. I have no idea. Remember, it was being alleged that he dropped a little, we called it back in my day like a Mickey, in some young lady's drink, and then she lawyered up, and then it hit the headlines. And of course, this is America's show, and sometimes when you're doing America's show, especially when you're a big fat black man, you have to do things 3 steps better in order to be accepted in America's household. And Mickeys and Trickies and Wickies don't necessarily blend, especially when you're sitting in a star-spangled suit with a cockatoo on your shoulder. That's all. And those little nubby arms. He's got those little tiny arms. Okay, so great. He can make a lot of money performing. He's a very talented man, and he's a good singer, CeeLo Green is. But going out on tour is not... See, to me, that is not the bee's knees. If I were a musician, here's how I would feel. When I got my first hit record at 18 years old, I would love staying in 5-star hotels, messing with men all around the world, flying off to Italy, being on yachts. By 25, I think I would still be fist pumping and doing it big. Loving touring and being in the studio late nights and just seeing fabulous things being carried across the Great Wall of China by security. But by the time a person reaches a particular age, this is Wendy in Wendy speak, It's time to now relax and sit down and get that cushy job that pays you millions. You sit in that red chair. You don't even have to move it. It turns around for you. Really. And you know, all that flying and stuff, you get those knots in your legs. If you fly enough, you know, this is what happens to a lot of these rock stars and stuff. You know, you get those knots in your legs from the altitude and coming back down. A lot of flying is not healthy for you. Staying in those seedy hotels, now 5-star, but by the time you're 35, they become seedy hotels with bed bugs. In your mind, even though they're still beautiful. I say he's probably being forced out of The Voice, but he says he's quitting, so we're gonna go along with that. So goodbye, CeeLo. Have fun touring. And for everybody else watching The Voice airs with Shakira, Usher, and then of course Blake and Adam. Monday on NBC. And I'll be watching. Charlie Sheen plans on having more kids with his new ex-porn star fiance, who's 24. Her name is Brett. And Charlie is 48. And he already has several kids, 4 kids, a pair of twins, and then, you know, with Brooke Mueller, who's in and out of rehab a lot, over 30 times, allegedly. And then, of course, he has 2 kids with the lovely Denise Richards, but he wants to continue with his family. Charlie's worth, you know, over $100 million, upwards of $125 million. So if he can take care of his kids, if he's got a great understanding with all the babies' mothers, it sounds wild and sloppy, but that's not our man, so we're just sitting by watching it. And besides, why should a 24-year-old young girl with her whole life ahead of her decide not to have kids because she gets with an older guy who might not want any more kids? So good, he's gonna let her have the kids that she wants, which is a great come up for her, because like I always say, there's not room for every girl in every classroom across the country. This girl is an ex-porn star, she's 24 years old. She has hit financial jackpot by getting with crazy Charlie Sheen. Now to really lock it down, having a baby's probably the best thing. The way I can rationalize it, because, you know, Charlie's got a little tick, like most of us. He's just a little bit more tickish. He's got like a little tick. They probably won't be together for any more than 2 years. So this is like a 2-year payday, and then she'll never have to work the pole again. Hopefully she'll be a better mom than, well. Charlie also says he's not gonna be demanding a formal prenup from Brett. Now this is where it gets good. I hope he's not equating intelligence with her being a porn star and 24, because she could very well be maybe she's less than smart now, but everybody's got that cousin or sister who needs to pull her coattail and say, okay girl, here's what you do. This is how you cash in on this, and this is how it's going to be. So, you know, I mean, I wish them both well. It's definitely, to me, a juicy but weird story to watch. Let's move on to another weird story. I don't talk a lot about R. Kelly on this show on account of, nope. Read my mind. Anyway, he may be facing he may be facing jail time. Well, his ex Andrea, who we know from VH1's Hollywood Exes, is accusing him of owing her over $20,000 in back child support. Now, we went on CelebrityNetwork.com, and R. Kelly's worth upwards of $150 million. You've heard a lot of things about R. Kelly. Mm-hmm. But there's one thing I've never heard, and that is that R. Kelly has no money. $20,000 to R. Kelly is like $20 to me and you. This is probably a gross oversight from whoever writes the child support agreement, you know, checks. R. Kelly allegedly skipped a hearing back in November, and the judge was very upset. For what reason, I don't know. I guess, he just didn't show up in court. So sometimes, the law looks at well-paid celebrities as thumbing their nose. But I recall he owed Andrea like $100,000 in back child support a while ago, and went to her and just peeled it off like that, like gross oversight. Sorry, here, take care of the kids. So now reportedly, okay, so he was contacted, he owes $20,000, he didn't show up for court in November, and now reportedly he's hiding out in a bunker. I don't know what the hell that means. He put out an album, I didn't know that. He put out an album back in December. Happy birthday, Jesus. R. Kelly's got an album out. Look, the album's called Black Panties. Does anybody know it? Clap if you have that album. Did you get it? Yes. I said clap if you have it. Okay. Do you like it? Yes. Okay. No? Look, the album cover has R. Kelly laying, attempting sexy, and all these girls. And no, I can't. I'm not feeling that. I used to think he would. Nope, no more. Look. All these girls laying all over and around him like a litter of naked bodies. That's the album cover for Black Panties. Anyway, R. Kelly apparently owes, or allegedly owes, people who've worked on the album money, and some lawyers and producers and things like that. But still, he has got 150. That's still not the $150 million. Get out of the bunker, pay your bills, and go away. Oh, we've got more great show for you. The always enjoyable Wayne Brady is here. He's one of my favorite people. He's like Mr. America's sweetheart, and he's hosting Monday night's BET Honors. I look forward to catching up with Wayne. Plus, we're gonna meet Brooke, the woman with the longest legs in New York City, 47 inches. But up next, everybody, Ian Drew is here from Us Weekly Magazine, and he's joining me with the inside scoop on Miley Cyrus's racy concert. And did you know Michael Ealy has a secret son? What? We'll talk next. Scoop here with a dish from Us Weekly Magazine is their entertainment director and friend to the show, Ian Drew.
Hey guys, I love that.
I know.
They're like the best energy.
Okay, I'm so glad that you're here to talk about this Miley Cyrus tour because
oh my God.
It sounds so unbelievable.
Valentine's Day started out with a bang,
yes,
didn't it? In Vancouver, yeah, February 13th, she launched this tour, and it was as nasty as you would want it to be. I want it even nastier. She was wearing a pot leaf unitard. She had a mini Britney Spears running around. My favorite part was when she came sliding down on a big version of her tongue. So she's in on the joke. And
she also put a pair of strange panties in her mouth when they threw them from the audience.
Well, that takes practice, doesn't it?
Somebody threw panties from and she put them in her mouth.
I mean, that's not so surprising even. But then she actually did a number where she mimicked Monica Lewinsky and got up all on a dancer with a Bill Clinton mask, which I loved that. And then if you bought a tour book, if you were one of those lucky people to plunk down money for that, you got gold leaf rolling paper with it for free. So you can't say she didn't give you anything. There you go.
Now, this is, though, what you hardcore Miley fans like. You know, the rest of us look at it, I guess, with ew. Is it true that there are venues threatening to cancel the tour if she doesn't tone it down?
Well, listen, there are parents that have complained, but my version of this is, if you're a parent and you don't know what you're getting your kid into, then I don't know where you've been living or what rock you've been hiding under.
Well,
because, you got to know what this is. This is the VMAs come to life. So I don't think any venue is seriously going to cancel this tour, though it's never happened with the tour. I mean, you're talking about Kiss and the Doors and Madonna and all these. No one's ever done it. I mean, there's a lot of money on the line here, and there's always going to be a few people that complain. But I think, look, there's been blaring advertisements with every Miley appearance of what this is. So you gotta know.
I mean, we're the moms taking our kids there. We know the score. We know what we're signing up for.
Yeah.
Is it true that Miley is hooking up with an Oscar nominee? Wait until you guys find out.
I love this. Okay, you know Jared Leto.
Yes.
He's gonna walk away with an Oscar
Gorgeous
for Dallas
eyes.
Buyers Club. It was a phenomenal performance.
Yeah.
But he's been hanging out with Miley lately. They were, you know, it first caught our eye at the Clive Davis Grammy party. They were getting close and talking.
Oh.
And then we find out a few weeks later she spent the night at his house.
Oh.
Yeah. Now, they have a lot in common. They have a mutual friend, Terry Richardson, the photographer, who knows a lot of celebrities. And they talk about art and music and getting naked. So a lot of mutual interests here.
And it's just a casual hookup. It's not like a romance.
Well, yeah.
Not
I
yet.
mean, both of them. Look, Jared isn't looking to settle down. Miley has said she's not looking to settle down.
She's a girl, though. Don't look in his eyes.
I wouldn't expect this to be any more than a flirtation and a little fling. But, you know, before she goes off on tour, nice little diversion.
Nice.
Not bad.
He's cute. All right, so a man that we never talk about here at Hot Topics, friend to the show, Michael
yes.
Ealy, has been keeping secrets. Michael, you were just at the show, and you didn't tell me that you were married. I asked. I asked you, and a baby, go.
Well, I think I'm ready. No, after Halle Berry, I mean, you don't hear much about him at all. Well, he just revealed a few weeks ago that he secretly got married in October to an actress named Katira Raviksa. Say that 12 times fast.
She is beautiful.
Yes. She's beautiful. Well, now he's on his friend Steve Harvey's show the other day.
Yes.
Steve says, are you guys thinking about kids? And he says, actually, I have a son, out of nowhere. Now, it's a baby boy named Elijah. We have no idea how old this kid is, or if it's Katira's kid. We have no idea. But, and Steve was even shocked. I mean, they're friends. He didn't even know he had a kid, so.
Well, here's the interesting thing. I think that some guys still feel like they have to be single and available with no kids for us women to think he's hot. And I don't know, maybe it's just me.
Yeah.
I think that commitment is hotter than anything. And a good dad is sexy.
Yeah.
So Michael Ealy, welcome to 2014.
Yeah, well, he said himself he doesn't think that celebrities should talk about their kids and their personal lives. In a way, he has a point, because once you do start talking about that stuff, that's all you're asked about.
We're not asking you for a full conversation, just how's your wife? Good. How's your son? Getting big.
Yeah.
That's it.
Well,
That's
okay.
it.
All right,
Right?
point taken, point taken.
Jeez, Michael Ealy. Ian, delicious dish.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Make sure that you pick up the new issue of Us Weekly magazine. It's on newsstands now. Up next, the always entertaining Wayne Brady is here. Our next guest is an Emmy award-winning actor. He's a singer, he's a performer, he's hosting the BET Honors for the first time on Monday night. Take a look.
Cause I'm hotter than Forrest Kojo. Let me bring up the baby oil. Yeah, Boris. You're not the only brother who speaks German, you know what I'm saying? Wein und Hackesitas und sein den Weinen Baby Oil sind. Glisten the body. Oh my eyes, oh my God, that burns. Oh, yeah!
Very entertaining. Please welcome the very talented Wayne Brady. Welcome back. You look great.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Hey!
Wayne, what I love about you is that over the years of me having this show, you and I have cultivated this relationship. You know, you're one of my favorite guests.
Thank you.
You really are.
Thank you,
I find your personality very soothing, and your talent. You know, you sing, you dance, you host Let's Make a Deal, and now the BET Honors. Good for you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. I love doing what I do. You
Yeah, it shows. So, you know, I was talking, let me just take it back to Hot Topics for a moment.
Oh, yeah.
Did you see me talking about Seal and Heidi?
Yes, I did. Yes,
I'm really
I did.
happy that they could be getting back together. Not necessarily for the purpose of the kids, but for the purpose of each other.
Right,
and
if it's
then
love, it's love.
the family. Now, I know you're divorced, and we've talked about that before. what's your relationship like with Miley's mother?
With Mandy, her mom, it's not an understatement to say she's my best friend in the world. She has my back. And because the way that I feel, she, A, has put up with me for, God, we've known each other almost 20 years, and any person in their right mind would have just run screaming. You know, because you get divorced for a reason.
Yes.
But at the end of the day...
It was your fault.
There was a... you know what? It was my fault. It was my fault because, you know, I'm a man, and sometimes men are not the brightest creatures walking.
Amen.
But I have to say, you know, now I'm not throwing us under the bus. You see, bro, he's like, nah, dude, I'm bright. I don't know about you, but I'm bright. No, you know the thing that I was gonna say, but I'm a work in progress, and especially the best part about hitting your 40s is now I feel like a man. You know, I was a boy before, and I did boyish things.
Yes.
Now I feel like I'm becoming a man. I'm stepping into my own. You know, I got a little money in the bank. I can do, you know, I've saved a little bit. I know how to treat a lady now.
Yes.
And I've got this young woman that I'm raising, and I can do all that because I've got a woman who may not be my wife, but I've got a woman at my back that says, if you touch him, I will cut you.
Nice.
And that is an important thing.
Co-parenting. All right, so Wayne's daughter, Miley, is absolutely gorgeous. Last time I saw her, you had her here at the show. I can't believe she's 11 already.
That's just us a couple nights ago on date night. I took her out for Valentine's Day. Yeah, you know the most disturbing thing about your child turning 11, she's 11 and she's already 5 feet and half an inch. And
does she have pop-ups yet?
She has little
pop-ups.
But that's not the part that bothers me. That's okay, boop, boop. But from the back,
She got a big
she
butt?
has hair.
Oh, no, the hair.
She has a booty. I'm like, why do you? So between her hair and booty, so I look at her and she's like the back. She's like this. She's like that. She's like that. It's like, what?
With her leggings and Uggs.
With your leggings, you better snatch her by the back of the head. You better put on some Oshkosh Bagash.
Now, as a dad to young Miley, would you take Miley to Miley Cyrus's concert?
There are two answers to that.
Okay.
I have taken her because I went to one of the Jingle Ball concerts and she was a part of that. And the thing is that I've raised my daughter. She comes from a showbiz family, so she's pretty savvy. And I'd like to think that I raised her with a modicum of class, so she knows what's right, what's wrong. She saw Miley. I'm not judging Miley Cyrus because this is show business.
Right.
What she's doing, she's winning just because you have esteemed people like yourself and every other news outlet. We're talking about, oh, did you see Miley Cyrus? Miley. She's on everybody's lips.
Yes.
There's a reason why her songs are killing on iTunes because she's made a spectacle. She's winning on that side. As a dad, I will not let my daughter sit there and watch you simulate masturbation on stage. That's cool for your older, and that's cute if you want to act out your, I'm not Hannah Montana anymore. Look at what I'm doing. That's great.
Right.
That's great. Not for my family,
Not
you won't.
for your family. So, as a single dad, what's your rule for bringing ladies around your daughter? Because we talk about this a lot on Hot Topics. I know a lot of people are dealing with this in their personal life.
Yeah.
What do you do?
Once again, earlier when I was dating, I was not very bright about it because I didn't know that you needed a time to make that happen. Now I understand 6 months at the minimum because you don't want to grow up with someone, like we've had folks that I know where they've got a lot of aunties. You know, Auntie Jasmine, Auntie Sissy, well, where's your auntie? I don't know, then I'm an auntie anymore. So I want her to, when I bring somebody into her life that it's real, it's gonna stick, then that shows my respect for her.
Speaking of stick, how did Mariah Carey's Jessica Rabbit dress stick to her boobs for the BET Honor Show? Now, they already taped it, but you've seen the dress.
Prayer and duct tape. She had pastors backstage going, Lord, please let him stay inside. By the grace, please lay your hands on. Don't tell Nick, though, but lay your hands on.
So this is quite the honor. You're hosting BET Honors.
I'm hosting BET Honors.
What's going to happen this year? What makes this year so great?
Not to sound like I'm blowing myself up, but what makes this year different is because there's an entertainer in the driver's seat who is a good traffic cop. Like you saw in that clip, we do this whole parody of Genuine's Pony at the beginning of the show because I joke with Boris Kojo, who the ladies know that Boris is.
We know Boris.
You know, Boris
Yeah.
So I have this tweet from Boris saying, "You ain't sexy," and I say, "Oh yeah." Rip off the thing, and we do this whole number, and then I do a freestyle in the middle of the show. So we have a lot of entertainment, but then I traffic cop the show so that the show's about the honorees.
Yes.
The show's about the Nelson Mandela tribute. The show's about Berry Gordy. The show's about Carrie Mae Weems.
I heard Ice Cube did a speech that put us in tears.
Ice Cube? No man, some of you may not be a fan of Cube. I'm a big fan, and I've been a fan from the get-go, and they put Renaissance man. He's a true Renaissance man, because to come from where he came from to be where he is now, it is the American dream. And he gave a speech about his wife, and they were together, and they have been together 25 years.
Yeah.
You've never heard dirt about Cube.
No.
You've never heard dirt, and that man is a respectful dude.
I love him. No, I've told him that. I love him as a family man. He was just here several weeks ago. It's nice to see you again.
Thank you. It's good to see
It always
you, too.
is. Everybody,
Thank you, Mama.
BET Honors airs Monday night at 9 on BET. Still ahead, we're gonna meet the woman with the longest legs in New York City. But up next, it's time for Ask Wendy. Wendy, how you doing?
How you doing, Wendy?
And welcome back. I recognize your hair. You've been here before.
Yes, I have.
How can I help?
I want to know if you think I'm being selfish. I'm an original cougar. My husband's 11 years younger than I am.
Oh.
Now, we've been married for over 20 years, and I want to move away to a warmer climate. I mean, after this winter,
it's disgusting.
I have had it. He's not so hot on the idea of a long-distance marriage. Do you think I'm being selfish?
Well, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Are you retired?
I'm retired.
Is he still working?
He's got 6 more years to work. And I mean, we've gone house hunting. I've got him that far. We've gone to Texas. We've done house hunting.
Yeah.
But he's still saying, wait a few more years. Now he's counting down.
Well,
5 years, 3 months.
A new job isn't easy to find. You know, I need you to wait for the 6 years. Look, I don't believe in long-distance marriages or long-distance relationships, not for a period of 6 years. Now, if he was over in the war or something like that, that'd be a different story. But you can help this. What I would do is do a little nest egg so that when it gets cold like this, you can go away every few weeks to Scottsdale or something like that. But stay. Besides, we need you here at the show. Still to come, everybody. We're going to meet the woman with the longest legs in New York City. But up next, we've got more Ask Wendy. Still asking Wendy. How you doing?
How you doing?
How can I help?
My name's Kristen, and I'm a bit of a bargain shopper. And my girlfriend, she can afford everything. She's always asking me, where'd you get your clothes? And it's to the point where she's looking at the tag in the back of my shirt.
And you don't swat her hand?
But it's embarrassing when she does it in front of other people. So
Really?
how do I get her to stop doing this?
First of all, everyone is a bargain shopper. You know, I'm here on the talk show with a sweater from Victoria's Secret catalog. Everyone bargain shops. It is a fool who tricks up all their money on clothes. Your friend is woefully insecure. You need to read her. That means tell her about herself and still dare her to still be your friend. And brag about where you get your stuff. What do you, Target?
Target.
Forever 21?
Yeah, I like that store.
Okay. And all those places, of course. H&M?
Not
Sometimes?
so much, a little bit.
Okay, well, look, you're our kind of girl.
Yeah.
And your girlfriend is unrealistic. So tell her about herself and don't be embarrassed.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
Everybody up next, it's about to go down. The woman with the longest legs in New York City. She's our special eye candy of the day. Don't go far. For our special eye candy of the day. Give it up for the woman with the longest legs in New York City. Say hello to Brooke Banker.
Hi,
How you doing, Brooke? Okay, so your legs from the top of your, touch your hip bone all the way
here.
down. You
Yep.
measure 47 inches to the floor.
Yep.
With no heels on.
With no heels on.
So then I have the second longest legs because mine measure
so.
45. Tell me about buying clothes.
Can be a little challenging, but I found a few go-to brands that make longer inseams.
Who are they?
Gap makes them, The Loft, Banana Republic.
Yes.
few other ones I found.
Do you know what I do? I take for slacks and jeans, you buy 2 pair of the same jeans and you take them to a seamstress, cut off the bottom of one and add it to the other. And I've been doing
That is a good
I've been
trick.
doing this for over a decade. And then you use the pair that you've cut for like shorts or long shorts for the summer.
Yeah.
And the same thing if your limbs are long, you do the same thing like with sweaters and other things. All right,
like that.
is it hard for you to buy skirts with such long legs?
Skirts have to be careful. Mini skirt on your average limbed lady will be a little too mini for me.
Yes.
Get me into trouble.
And what about when you go to somebody's house and they have you to sit on a poof? Okay, you know you have to get way low down on that like little tiny furniture.
Yeah.
It's hard to get back
gotta
up.
Keep the legs closed.
Closed. So you model, Brooke?
Yes.
Well, these legs serve you well on the runway in modeling.
do, yeah.
And what about the boys?
The boys, I like to keep them taller than me for the most part.
Yes.
So.
Now, you're 5'11" in flat feet.
Yes.
Yeah. You like to keep them taller, but there's a shortage of tall men, if you know what I'm saying. Would you date short?
I haven't yet, but never say never.
Okay. Well, here is your diva fan. You are a special audience eye candy today. This is Brooke Baker, everybody. And Brooke, before you go, along with the diva fan, I've got a very special gift for you from one long-legged sister to another.
Purple's my favorite color too.
And I hand did these leg warmers for you.
They are beautiful.
So you wear these, and we'll be right back. Don't go far.
Thank you.
I want to thank my guests and my co-host, my stylish studio audience. Tomorrow on the show, the always enjoyable Mark McGrath will be here, plus the juicy, juicy hot topics. I love you for watching today, and I'll see you next time on Wendy. Bye.